Yo guys, what is going on? Nickname is just Yellow, and today this Norwegian hardcore PC gamer is gonna talk about social interactions in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, in which normally, you know, when you play, you interact with living human beings. So why I want to hit on this subject is because a lot of people, it seems that you might be either clueless, inexperienced, or completely, in rare occasions though, lost in terms of how you should or what you should rather do when you want to, if you want to interact with other people. And thus, you know, a lot of people just find it very infuriating and annoying that you find these people that are just terrible to, you know, play with, and thus, you know, it's not that fun to play matchmaking, face it, ESEA, whatever the hell you really want to play, because there's a certain chance that you might meet strangers, and you are not probably doing what you should in order to be able to interact better with them. So, assuming you're watching through this entire video, that is what we're going to talk about. Moving on then. So, the entire deal about social interactions being done from a person is that you just need a high level of, you know, ethical standards as a person, you know, and also a high level of, I guess you could say, social understanding. If you're able to get one of these two things, regardless of how terrible you might be in the past at it, and regardless of how awkward, for a lack of a better term, it might be to go through the experience, if you in some scenarios might be lacking at it, it's all going to be worth it in the end of the day. And this is coming from somebody who were rather bad at social interactions when I was going to school, but you know, after then you get jobs, you meet a lot of new people, you know, now I live in the fucking city, so I'm doing all fine in that avenue. But the point in case is that, just like with anything that I've talked about in the past, if you invest time into subjects that you might suck at, or that you might I guess you could say control more, technically speaking, if you do it, you will be able to get a better results. So regardless of whatever kind of ideology you have as a person that might fuel your being, you know, some people don't believe in deities, they don't believe in anything at all. Some people, you know, without their trusted deity, their life would not move forward at the pace they should be, you know, should move at. It doesn't really matter as long as your ethical standards, your personal standards are really high and just advanced. So, yeah, in order to be able to do that, though, is to try and label certain actions towards certain values, okay? That is the best way I can explain how I was able to, you know, go from a very unsociable guy to very, very social jobs and stuff like that in the city, you know, until the company literally went bankrupt. But that is a completely different story. Point of case is that without just, you know, going out there and meeting a person, and then this interaction happened, and you break it down and you're like, okay, this person was from any angle actually an asshole, and is too dumb to even intentionally trolling, you know, that in that case scenario, you can label that certain person as an asshole, and then you move on. In the context of Counter-Strike, then, you just block him. If the person is a Russian player, he's constantly saying fucking suka bliat or whatever the hell, and he's not trying to win, he's only whimpering around, he's not trying to play with the group, even if he doesn't understand the language, it can be pretty safe for you to just block the guy. I've actually had Russian people, though, that literally are trying to, for the life of them, to communicate with me, and I understand that, okay, something is going down that they want to tell me, but like Lassie, they can't fucking tell me with words that we understand mutually. It can be pretty awkward, but believe me, that is way better than somebody who are not saying anything at all, because, you know, at least then maybe you will check your blind spot and not get wrecked from behind. So, moving on then, what you just need to do is to develop this library of things that can be put to certain, you know, times and places, scenarios, what people might do, what people should do, what is common, what is uncommon, what is shunned, and what just does not matter right now at all. And you will be able to, you know, create some serious progress for you in your standing, in your environment, in, you know, in the context of social interactions, in which will then allow you to have a way sweeter time playing, you know, matchmaking, face it, ESEA, whoever you might want to play with, regardless of what the hell you are playing at. And that, then again, makes everything more carefree, you can relax more, and eventually you can do it like me, you know, like, in the blink of an eye, I will block people who deserve a block, and I will not block people who will not do that. I can easily label assholes, idiots, and dumbasses that just don't really want to play the game compared to those who want to. And moving on, maybe you get some people that you might add, and you can group up, and suddenly you can, you know, tank yourself through games like I did in this match right here, and, you know, it only gets better as you keep on practicing and playing the game to have fun, which is what we're initially supposed to do, right? So hopefully people learn something from this video and keep grinding at it. Maybe you'll be able to reach a higher level of understanding in the social interactions, hopefully. Here are 2 related videos for the subject if you want to educate yourself even further. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting the channel. You can find out how to do that in the description below. The Patreon page is your holy grail in that sense. Anyways, have a nice day, and don't get beastified when you play, people.